Remember back in the day when a show would go on sale and you'd have to get to the Ticketmaster outlet, like the Sears or your record store really, really early, maybe overnight? Anybody ever stay overnight? I did for Depeche Mode once. Or you would beg your parents for your credit card. You could call as soon as the tickets went on sale, like 10 a.m., whatever it was. You'd have the 26.50 in cash or whatever. You'd promise your parents you'd give it to them if they could. You could just use the credit card, and you'd call. And if you got through, by the time you did, all the good tickets were taken, and you were just left with the scraps, and that was fine. You were gonna get the scraps, and then you'd get the tickets in the mail in that nondescript Ticketmaster envelope. Those were the days. Well, I have a stack of ticket stubs here. These are my non-Grateful Dead ticket stubs. I have another stack of Grateful Dead ticket stubs. I'm going to pull one of these ticket stubs at random and just see what, if anything, I remember from that show. We've got, Lollapalooza, September 4th, 1994. This is the LA Velodrome on the UC Dominguez campus, the bike stadium where they do the biking. They made that for the Olympics. This was a good. This might have been one of the other than the first Lollapalooza that had Jane's Addiction. This was God. Who was? Let me go through. Let me try to remember who was on this bill. I think L7 was one of the early bands. That was not the one where she threw the tampon into the crowd. I don't remember that happening, but I know that story. I don't think it happened that day. The Breeders were there. This is right, when Cannonball came out. So that was kind of cool. Who else? Okay. Remember, I'm trying to think of my brother and my sister were there. I don't know why I was in LA that weekend. I think I was just there for Lollapalooza. Because my roommate went to Lollapalooza at Shoreline, which is like the night or two before, and they said the Smashing Pumpkins were terrible, that they just played feedback for like an hour, and Billy Corgan was just chastising the crowd, and he was really bummed because he was really excited to go see Smashing Pumpkins. Smashing Pumpkins were on this bill, but I remember during the day, it was like it was during broad daylight. George Clinton was in like the middle of the day, and he had like a 45-minute set. We're thinking, well, that's going to be what, a 1 hour, a one song set? My sister, who was not familiar with George Clinton at all, we're up there. I was all into George Clinton at the time. He had been playing in San Francisco. I had just seen him probably like a week before at some street festival in San Francisco that we just kind of stumbled across. And when the whole band was starting, you'd have the different members coming out. My sister was like, "Is that George Clinton?" I'm like, "No." It's like, "You'll know when it's George Clinton." And "Is that George Clinton?" No. And then George Clinton obviously comes out. He's wearing the big Uncle Sam hat and cape and a total spectacle. George Clinton was great. 45 minutes of We Want the Funk. The Beastie Boys. The Beastie Boys were on this bill. This was right during Sabotage. Right during Sabotage. So and that was one of the craziest. I've never there was the hugest mosh pit. It looked like Woodstock '99 mosh pit for the Beastie Boys, and that was incredible. They were so great. They were so great. I was wearing a backpack with my I had camera and shit in back. All that shit goes ripped out. I don't know if it was stolen or it just got open and it all fell out. I lost everything, but I didn't care. I kind of cared, but now that I look back with fond memories instead of shit memories of losing all my shit in my backpack. And then we were planning on leaving after that because we had heard the Smashing Pumpkins were just sucking ass. And so we were kind of getting our shit, my brother, my sister, whoever else, I think probably some of their friends. I just shot down, I think, for this show. I don't know why I was down in LA that weekend. Because I'd just been in San Francisco to hear about the Shoreline show. We were getting our shit together, and we were gonna head out, and the Smashing Pumpkins start, and they're playing, and they're they're doing Cherub Rock. I'm like, oh well, shit, let's stick around. So we were on our halfway out the door, and we stopped, and we were at the back, and we watched the Smashing Pumpkins fucking kill. They were so great. That was a great day, a beautiful hot sunny day, September 1994. California, Southern California. Damn, that was a good time. They probably do make shows like that. I don't know. The Lollapalooza's still going on. They're just probably bands that are, cool to kids like I had to be like 23, 24 at that time, and that was probably. I'm not 23, 24 anymore, but I get that kids that are 23, 24 are still going to Lollapalooza and digging it. So, all right, that was a fun memory. This was a fun one to remember. Lots of good times. Lots of good times.